Kharkiv is a city that has always been on the edge of different worlds. It is located near the border of Ukraine and Russia, and has been influenced by various cultures and regimes throughout its history. It has been a capital of Soviet Ukraine, an industrial and scientific hub, a trade and university town, and a frontier of Bolshevism. It has also been a target of Russian aggression and a refuge for displaced people from the war-torn regions of Donetsk and Luhansk. Kharkiv's identity and culture are shaped by its borderland status, which makes it both diverse and divided. Many of its citizens speak Russian, but also identify as Ukrainian. Some have family and friends on both sides of the border, while others have lost their loved ones to the war. Some support closer ties with Europe and the West, while others long for the stability and security of the Soviet past. Some embrace the changes brought by the war, while others resist them. The war has challenged Kharkiv citizens to decide what side they are on, and what kind of future they want for their city. Some have joined the Ukrainian army or volunteer groups to fight against the Russian invasion. Some have participated in protests and rallies to defend their sovereignty and democracy. Some have engaged in cultural and educational initiatives to promote Ukrainian language and identity. Some have helped the hundreds of thousands of internally displaced persons who have settled in Kharkiv, providing them with shelter, food, medical care, and social support. But not everyone in Kharkiv is united against Russia. Some have sympathized with the separatist movements in Donetsk and Luhansk, or even joined them. Some have welcomed the Russian intervention, hoping for a return to the Russian sphere of influence. Some have tried to establish a Kharkiv People's Republic, a pro-Russian entity similar to those in the East. Some have collaborated with the Russian forces, providing them with information, resources, or sabotage. Kharkiv is a city that has been transformed by the war, both physically and psychologically. It has suffered from bombings, shelling, destruction, and casualties. It has also witnessed acts of courage, solidarity, resilience, and creativity. It has faced threats from outside and within, but also opportunities for renewal and growth. It has been forced to confront its past and present, but also to imagine its future. Kharkiv, the second largest city in Ukraine, has suffered from Russian airstrikes and ground attacks, resulting in massive damage to its infrastructure, buildings, and monuments. The city, which is located near the border with Russia, has been a target of Russian aggression since the start of the war in February 2022. According to Ukrainian military reports, Russian forces have conducted 6 missile strikes and 27 airstrikes on Kharkiv and its surroundings, hitting residential areas, markets, hospitals, schools, and industrial facilities. One of the most devastating attacks occurred on April 16, 2022, when a Russian missile struck an outdoor market in the city center, killing dozens of civilians and injuring hundreds more. Russian forces have also deployed multiple launch rocket systems, MLRS, to fire on positions of Ukrainian forces and civilian settlements near Kharkiv. The shelling has caused power outages, water shortages, and fires across the city. Many buildings and monuments have been damaged or destroyed by the explosions, including the Kharkiv Opera and Ballet Theatre, the Freedom Square, and the Taras Shevchenko Monument. The attacks have also disrupted the transportation and communication networks in Kharkiv. The city's airport has been closed since March 2022 due to repeated airstrikes. The railway station and the metro system have also been hit by rockets and bombs. The internet and phone services have been frequently cut off by Russian cyber attacks. The people of Kharkiv have been living in fear and uncertainty for months. Many have fled the city or sought shelter in basements and bunkers. Others have joined the volunteer battalions to defend their hometown from the invaders. Despite the hardships and dangers, they have also shown resilience and solidarity, organizing protests, rallies, and humanitarian aid campaigns to support each other and express their loyalty to Ukraine.